Hello everyone and welcome to my brand new video segment called Ask Uncle Buck. I'm your host, Uncle Buck. You've got big buck questions, I've got big buck answers. So this is our first episode of Ask Uncle Buck, and today's question comes from the brother of co-host Joel Chaco, Brad Chaco. He asked what I would do in the case of a zombie apocalypse. How would I get food? Would I hunker down? Would I be mobile? How would I go about it? Now, I actually have given some thought to this. I don't think there will actually be a zombie apocalypse unless there's like a bad batch of bath salts out there somewhere. I don't think there's any sort of disease that actually makes humans crave human flesh. I could be wrong. Maybe communism or starving. I don't know. Either way, a scenario where you would use certain rules in a zombie apocalypse could also work for other things like lawlessness, rioting. How would you get out of a situation, or how would you protect yourself in a situation where other people are dangerous? That's the big thing. What would you do when people are dangerous and you need to protect yourself and your family? You need to have supplies, you need to have weapons of some kind, an escape plan. What would you do, right? So, I have given this scenario a lot of thought. The difference between regular people and zombies is zombies are essentially mindless. So, in the case of zombies, and to be fair, we're talking about the shambling along, looking for human brains, that kind of thing. Not the fast-running zombies that you see in all the zombie flicks that are stupid. I'm talking the classic zombies. So I work at a pretty tall place. It's a tower. I'm actually outside work right now. We make animal feeds. So we have huge 100-foot tall internal bins full of things like wheat nibs, corn, barley, salt, and some other stuff. Limestone for calcium. But a lot of very, very edible things. So, and some other things that are slightly less edible by themselves. So what I would do, soybean meal, for that estrogen that you need to make you give you gynecomastia like I've got. So, what I would do is I would come here, because the place is actually reasonably defensible. You can lock up all the doors at the bottom. There's big, tall stacks of heavy bags that are, the pallets of product is about a ton apiece. I can stack those up in front of all the entrances that I need to. And then I can cut down the fire escape that goes up the side of the tower, and I can use the internal elevator. This place has a generator, a huge generator that'll run the whole facility as long as there's fuel. And there's lots of fuel. So what I would do is I would come here, and I would seal up everything. I would lock myself inside. I'd bring myself a rifle of some kind, one high caliber rifle for hard targets, and something like a .22 for soft targets. And I would use those from the top of the tower. I've got this tower's 200-300 feet tall, so that would be very, very easy. And it'd be hard to get to the top. If I need to escape from the tower, there's a crane. You just drop that line and shimmy my way down. That would suck to do, and it would be probably end up having to hold on to a rag and slide down, or a fire pole, whee, like the Ghostbusters. But anyway, I would use the machinery here to turn the grains and those other things, the protein substitutes, into human edible food in pellet form, even better. Then all you got to do is soften it up with water and yum nom 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 nom. You can put it in bags. It'll keep for months at a time. I can have pallets of food. It's genius. It really is. In the event that I need to escape, there's rail lines here that deliver rail cars, and we have a shuttle wagon here that you use to shuttle rail cars back and forth as you unload them. So I would just hop on that shuttle wagon and ride the rail out if I had to go somewhere. It would be just that simple. Plus, there is another industrial facility next to us. We're not associated with them directly. They're just our neighbors. They have huge tanks full of anhydrous ammonia. One of the things that we were warned about is that if you encounter a leak of anhydrous ammonia, it makes a cloud. And that cloud, of course, if you come in contact with it, it will basically eat up all the water, it'll bond with the water in your skin, resulting in a burn, like a chemical burn. And we had to know that because anhydrous ammonia is used in certain production methods of methamphetamine, and in places like that, it's not uncommon for guys who want to make methamphetamine and don't want to have to produce their own anhydrous ammonia, would come and drill a hole in the side of the tank and have a cooler and just catch some and then bugger off. Well, and then of course you got a leak and you have to deal with it appropriately. So with that tank being reasonably close, you could always, in the case of zombies coming through, get up on the top of the tower or someplace where the anhydrous ammonia is not going to reach you, shoot the tank, cause a leak, kill everything in the area that gets enveloped in the cloud. Pretty good way to go about it. How would you get out? The next time it rained, then the anhydrous ammonia would become inert. So there would be that. There's probably a lot of things that I haven't thought about. If the water lines stop working, if I run out of fuel, but also, like, if you're going to be in a situation where it's going to be a really, really long time, you don't bug in, you bug out. Like, if I think it's going to be a month, I can store up a month's worth of water here. I can store up several months worth of food. I would say maybe even up to 6 months of food here that I could just wait the thing out. If it's going to be any longer than that, nah, you got to be on the move, buddy. You gotta get your bag and you got to start moving, and avoid heavily populated areas because that's where the trouble's going to be. Of course, I bring my wife and my kids up here, any family members I wanted to save. It takes a crew to run this place. And so we would have to work together to survive. But you know what? I think we could do it. So I think that's all I have to say on this. Oh, no swords. If you are in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and you are trying to use a close-range weapon, you're already dead. Because your arm only has so much use before it's tired and you can't swing that sword anymore. So no swords. You can't take out hordes of zombies with a sword. You're not that tough. And neither am I. So guns, and get to a place that's defensible and has plenty of storage for food, has plenty of ingredients on hand. The only problem I could foresee with this place, even in a short amount of time, is it's a pretty visible place. As you're passing by, you're going to see it. You're going to think, hey, you're going to see the logo for the brand on the side of the building. There's something edible there, and people are going to be trying to break in. I'm more worried about looters than I am about zombies. So there's that. So this has been Ask Uncle Buck. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I guess we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.